Now it's 2009, and we got the creation of Young Money. Now let's see here. I remember the hit singles that they had was this song was let's see here, Every Girl. Also, they had Bedrock featuring Lloyd. They also had Roger that. Yeah, this album did pretty good. This is the We Are Young Money ended up going gold, selling about 500,000 albums. Now this is when Lil Wayne started having his own company because in order for him to stay signed under Cash Money, remember the Carter 3 was his last supposed to be his last album when he re-signed with Cash Money. They had to give him his own label. That's what it's called, Young Money. Young Money Cash Money, but Young Money Entertainment, which is crazy because Suge Knight did the exact same thing with Tupac. When Tupac finished his albums with Death Row, what did Suge Knight give him? He gave him Death Row West. It was like Death Row West and Death Row East. But he gave Pac his own label. And the label I don't think ended up doing anything. It was just something to keep him under Death Row and everything. But I feel like Lil Wayne should have kind of known that. But that's what it was. Young Money. Come on. Okay, let's see here. The next album that came out was "I'm Not a Human Being" series. That's what came out a little between 2010 and 2013. Honestly, I don't really remember too much of this album. This is actually around the time when I moved down to Atlanta. But in actuality, I'm pretty sure these were some old songs from Lil Wayne because this is at the time when Lil Wayne actually went to prison for about I don't know, maybe it was about a year, 9 months. I don't think it was more than a year. I think Ja Rule went for 2 years, but Lil Wayne went for a year. They were on the There was on tour together when this actually happened at this time. Also, let's see here. This is when the Carter 4 came out as well. He had a bunch of great songs on there. Let's see here. We had a Millie. Yeah, that was crazy. I remember that in the clubs when I came to Atlanta. 6'7", yeah, featuring let's see here, Corey Guns. That was a hit song. I remember all these songs, and at this time, Lil Wayne, he wasn't locked up. I think this is about the time when he got out. But you got to understand, between 2010 and 2012, he was featured on a lot of hit singles that kept his name out there in the street. Let's see here. I remember this song, "Miss Me." Okay, then we had the motto. Then we had HYFR. Let's see here. I remember that song featuring. This is when he started doing all them songs with Drake. No Love featuring Eminem. Hit the Lights. Let's see here. Look at Me Now featuring Chris Brown. Yeah, that was a big song with Chris Brown featuring him. Walking to My Hood. I'm on one. Take it to the head. No New Friends. Yep, remember that song. Let's see here. DJ Khaled, Motivation. DJ Khaled. That was No New Friends. Motivation by Kelly Rowland. That was a big song. I remember playing that song all the time. Ballin' by Young Jeezy. Strange Clouds by B.O.B. Man, he was coming with it. Even got on David Guetta. I Can Only Imagine. Man, he was coming with it. See here, Lil Wayne, boy, when it comes to them singles, he stayed on top with it. Even though I feel like his hottest time was 2008, he was still coming with it after that time. Let's see here. In 2014, he had the Free Weezy album. Let's see here. Apparently, that one they kept getting delayed because this is when the money started messing up with Cash Money. This is when Lil Wayne started realizing he wasn't getting paid. That's crazy. You would think after 2008 with this triple platinum selling album, he would have realized that the money wasn't good. But he didn't realize the money really wasn't good until 5, 6 years later. Let's see here. Also had the Carter 5 that ended up dropping, sold 2 million albums. But like I said, at this time, things were starting to go really bad because he was trying to get off the Cash Money because he wasn't trying to get it done. He wasn't getting paid. I remember in 2017 he announced that he was signing with Jay Z's Rock Nation, but that ended up not happening because some contracts were like sealed tight for Lil Wayne, like really sealed tight. He wasn't walking away from that. Let's see here. In 2020 to 2021, he had The Funeral, and he also had Trust Fund Babies. Let's see here. Yeah, you gotta really understand that this Lil Wayne. Not at this Lil Wayne. At this time, it's a whole different game. You know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne isn't even relevant anymore. Even though Lil Wayne has his core fan base, and people are gonna buy Lil Wayne's music just for the heck of it. But the thing is, the generation that existed growing up with Lil Wayne was non-existent anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's 2020. Like it's a totally different game now. You would think Drake would have shot him an alley oop with some of these songs, but ugh, No good deed goes unpunished, you know what I'm saying? Let's see here. He also had 2023, Walk on the Collie Grove and Carter 6. Let's see here. He had that. Let's see here. What else was it? Now I think it's the what is it? The where from let's see here. This was the Carter 5 or 6, or this might be the Carter 7 on June 6th, 2025. Now this is the album, his recent album that just came out. Now I haven't got the chance to listen to the album yet. I really wanted to listen to the album before I finish off the Little Wayne series, but I haven't got the chance. Right now, I'm not gonna lie, it's getting a lot of mixed reviews. A lot of people are saying he lost it, he don't got it no more. I heard a couple of songs. I think Little Wayne was doing okay. I mean, he was doing the rap style that he always did. You know, it wasn't new. That I think that's the problem. Little Wayne was always big with changing his style, but now in 2025 when you still sound like that. Like from the songs I heard, he wasn't dealing with any new age producers, anybody that's hot right now. Like I mean, if Lil Wayne was coming out with something, he should have been trying to get Metro Beats, a lot of people, But I mean, Lil Wayne is just doing Lil Wayne. He probably just wanted to get the album out just to get the album out because it's been delayed. But right now, he's doing his tour, Lil Weezy Fest, Louisiana Fest tour. Just got done touring with the Hot Boys. So Lil Wayne is still successful. He's still out there doing his thing. He's still going. I just, you know, I just hate the fact that it took him so long to get away from Cash Money. Just think of how Lil Wayne, how much bigger or how much more money he could have had if he would have left Cash Money in 2008. Because of that mistake he made in 2008 with re-signing Cash Money, because you better believe they had them contracts ironclad. Because it was like, after this success, oh yeah, we got to make sure you don't go anywhere. I mean, if Lil Wayne tried to go somewhere, they probably would have did some Tupac and Biggie type ish. Who knows? Because like I said, he was the biggest thing at that time. But when he re-signed with Cash Money in 2008, I mean, he's just now getting off of Cash Money. I think in what 2022, literally 14 years later. That's when one mistake cost him 14 years. Man, I think he was successful. I think he was successful after Cash Money. But when Baby held on to Lil Wayne that long, how was he gonna be totally successful after Cash Money? That doesn't even make any sense because there wouldn't be a Cash Money without Lil Wayne. It wouldn't be at all. So Little Baby, he front, he capping, man. Little Baby. I mean, not Little Baby. Baby is lame. You know what I'm saying? He always been lame because he screwed over all of his artists, and then he screwed over the person that made him famous the most, Lil Wayne. If you got hundreds of millions of dollars, what's the problem with paying Lil Wayne his 50 million? See, a lot of people be capping. A lot of people be capping. That's greedy right there, man. That's corny. But a lot of cats out there is like that. They be saying about all that money they be having. They niggas be lying their ass off, man. Capping their ass off. All right, that's the Little Wayne series, man. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna do one of BG. I'm gonna do one of Turk as well. All right, this DJ Mason. Talk with Mason. All right, peace.